Today we are at the Kennedy Space Center. Our annual pass expires tomorrow, and living in Central Florida with so many options around for theme parks and such, we like to rotate our annual passes. So we'll do Legoland, SeaWorld, Gatorland, things like that. Our only really consistent one is Disney and Universal. Everything else we kind of rotate. So the one for Kennedy Space Center right now expires tomorrow. So we're getting one last good full day here, and I'm super excited to show you around. So that's the pass we have. The Cosmic Club Family Pass. 2 adults and up to 4 children. Oh.
Sharky!
Big thing.
Security, our obligations to ourselves as well as others all require us to take this effort to solve these mysteries, to solve them for the good of all men, and to become the world's leading spacefaring nation.
Perfect.
Finally, the space effort itself,
Very good.
while still in its infancy, has already created a great number of new companies. And
It's a bunch of astronauts.
Make sure you get a shark.
Sammy wants me to make sure I show Sharky, the shark rocket.
The big one with the shark mouth at the top.
Yeah, I zoomed in. They offer rocket garden tours here, guided tours where you go through the rocket garden over here. And they offer it at 9:30, 10:15, 11:15, 2:30, and 3:30. You can come check the sign over here right as you come in. This is the rocket garden, and honestly, it's low-key one of my favorite places in Kennedy Space Center. It's so simple, yet it's so iconic. It's just, it's powerful, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't know, being surrounded by all the rockets that they've used or modeled after ones they've used. I mean, it's just, it is awe-inspiring for sure, seeing these great machines and things that we as Americans have built over the years. It is beautiful. I make it a point every time we come here, just kind of walk through it. It never changes, but it's always nice to see. So when you come in over here, and then you've got the Heroes and Legends building over there, Rocket Garden. Right behind the Rocket Garden, you've got the Gateway Center. We'll probably have time to go in there later. Behind that, you can kind of see it, there's the IMAX theater that shows movies throughout the day. There's also the kids' play area in there, which they love. And then as you keep going, there's more stuff tucked back behind there that I'll show you. Straight ahead is the bus tours that will take you over to the VAB and stuff, the Vehicle Assembly Building. And then the Universe Theater where they have other shows throughout the day. Of course, a Starbucks. Nice covered seating area so you can get your Starbucks, your coffee, or any kind of snacks and go eat in there, protected from the birds. So it's really nice. This really is a gorgeous place just to come hang out for the day, especially with nice weather. So this is the astronaut training experience. This is where you can come in, and it's an extra cost. I'm not sure what the cost is. You can find it online, but you come in here and you have to be a certain age, but you go through the gravitational forces and actual astronaut training, certain parts of it. So it's super cool. When the kids are old enough, I want to get them on that. Is this the actual size?
Yes.
Has it been to Mars? Has it been to Mars? Oh, we haven't been to Mars yet. Look at those tires though. Mars rover vehicle navigator. This looks like right out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Also, why do you think there's holes in the tire?
I'm gonna guess for big rocks. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe to roll over little rocks.
Little rocks? I think it's for big rocks. Do you know why there's giant holes? Like why it's not a solid tire?
For lightweight.
Oh, to make it lightweight. So they can transport it.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay. You got the giant lights. Oh, and then a camera. Nice. Big giant vehicle, itty bitty camera. That's funny. Oh, there's a dog tag hanging inside too. That's cool. One of my pro tips when coming to Kennedy Space Center is to make sure not to come on a Thursday or Friday. We found out that Thursday and Fridays are the days that the field trips come. So if you want a slower day, you got to come Monday through Wednesday, obviously while school's in session, since that's when most of the kids are going to be here, especially if you come with kids, and especially if you homeschool or if you take your kids out of school to do like a special trip. Do it on a Monday through Wednesday, not during spring break. So this is usually a little like quick service stand with hot dogs and stuff. I'm really surprised it's not open today. So this is where they have all the IMAX movies throughout the day. We're gonna go in and check the times. There's certain times they all play, obviously. And then Planet Play, the kids' favorite place here. They can spend hours. They usually have a time limit if it's busy, so make sure to check that when you come. It's super cool for the kids.
Benny's at the top.
So in Journey to Mars, they have like a little movie about Mars and then lots of little games and things for the kids to do. That's where we're gonna go. Oh, that's cool. It tells you how far away things are. Oh, that's a cool effect. Oh. Full-sized development model. So it's like you can actually go inside. Oh. A full-size model like this one is used to work out the practical details of a spacecraft. So where things are gonna fit, how they're gonna put everything in here, what they actually need to do their mission. Can you breathe the air on Mars? I think no. No. The Martian atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide and very thin, roughly 100 times less dense than the Earth's atmosphere. And it looks like they do shows here. The next one's at 12:30. It is currently 11:55. So if you need some air conditioning and you want to let the kids kind of play and learn for a while, this would be a great place to come. You can sit on these nice benches here, play the trivia, test your knowledge, let the kids play. Did you land it? Did you land it? Yeah. Did you get it? Yeah. High five. Why didn't you make it?
Because
It was too fast?
were off and I crashed it.
Was it too fast?
Yes. I came in too hot.
Gotcha. Are you gonna try again?
Yes.
Okay. You can do it. Can you get it? Can you get it?
No.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh
What?
no!
It tumbled.
It went
It's like-
flying.
You're like, whoop, whee.
All right, we're taking the bus tour. We're going over to the Apollo Center. There's some really cool things over there. My favorite thing is the simulator, like you're in the actual control room during a takeoff. And it's awesome because the buttons light up and the people talk and then the room rumbles. So it's something definitely not to miss.
Now your job is just to sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and thank you very much for visiting.
Yeah. So this is the actual launch control room with the actual panels from 1968.
This is the firing room, launch control for the Apollo mission. This is not a mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon. It was a few days before Christmas, 1968. This was the Phoenix, risen from the ashes of Apollo 1. 36 stories high, she had been fully fueled throughout the night. The liquid oxygen in her tanks caused ice to form on the outside of the craft. The extreme temperature differences between the air and the sub-zero fuel caused the metal skin of the rocket to expand and contract. Everyone who was on the pad agreed. It was as though the rocket was alive, breathing, straining at the leash. Each individual system had been tested, but what we didn't know was how they would perform when all 2 million began to work together. Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders would pay with their lives. As they sat, waiting for launch on that chill December morning, these 3 astronauts were back to what they had always been, test pilots.
This is launch control, T-minus 3 minutes and counting. We've completed our communications checks with the Apollo 8 astronauts in the cabin, and the communications are go. Our status report indicates that all aspects are ready, instrument unit is ready, spacecraft ready, final check of the emergency detection system, that ready light also on. First stage preparations are completed.
All systems ready. Okay. We're on. Ready to go to cockpit.
Stand by, Walter. Okay, you're on.
All systems go.
1 minute 45 seconds and counting. All third stage propellants pressurized at this time as we come up on a 60-second mark on a flight to the moon. We're coming up on a power transfer shortly. We have the power transfer. We're now on the flight batteries within the launch vehicle. T-minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. We have ignition sequence start. The engines are on. 4, 3, we have cleared the tower.
Apollo 8 successfully orbited the moon, and the astronauts returned safely to the Earth. I know. I'm Jim Lovell, and I was one of the crew of this spacecraft, Apollo 8. We were the first men to see the surface of the moon from just a few miles away. But it was the hundreds of thousands of men and women who worked in that team, and the millions of people who supported the mission that really made it possible. That way, I guess, we all went to the moon. Now, on the other side of those doors, you'll find an actual Saturn V moon rocket.
is still the most powerful, the most complex machine ever built. And I guess it's the only one that can take you to another planet. I actually got to fly one on our second flight to the moon called Apollo 13. But that's another story.
You remember this place now? So when you first get to the Apollo Center, you go into like a little pre-show, and then you can go into like the actual launch control room where they lifted off the Apollo rocket. And it is my favorite part of the Kennedy Space Center. It's kind of funny because I can never remember that it's here after the bus tour. I always forget that part, but it is my favorite thing to do because the windows rattle and everything. It's just like you're really there during a launch, and it's so cool. So if you step outside the Apollo Center, you can come over here where the bleachers are, like you're watching a launch. This is where you can actually watch launches from. If you get like a VIP tour and like VIP seats, you can come out here and watch the rocket launches. But way off, I can't zoom that far, but way off in the distance, you can see one of the launch pads, one of the launch pads. I also just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am that I'm in Florida. Like, it really is just such a beautiful day out. Man, the thing on my watch doesn't tell me the temperature anymore, but it's like 82 degrees, so a little bit warm, but like, man, it's gorgeous. You hear the birds. It's just so peaceful. Out away from everything. Kennedy Space Center is peaceful, specifically. So in the Apollo Center, you have the Moon Rock Cafe, which is an okay place to get food if you're starving. They have burgers and quesadillas and things like that. I had the chicken sandwich. The best part is that they have a condiment bar, so you can add your own toppings, like tomatoes and pickles and things like that. Magic Kingdom Cosmic Rays used to have it, and they took it away. Anyway, after you're done eating, you can explore the rest of your Apollo Center here. And then inside this big scary vault is all of the old astronaut spacesuits. A pair of RX-1 arms from 1962.
Over here. These are spacesuits.
So this was Jim Lovell's Apollo 13 in-flight suit. He wore it from April 11th to the 17th, 1970. Wow. Spacesuit maintenance kit, like a little sewing kit for space. A lunar sample bag dispenser. That's how you collect your samples. Contingency plan checklist. Oh. Oh, the lunar surface maps. Like Google Maps for space. Camera. A lunar scooper. To collect all the samples. And then training gloves. These gloves were used by astronaut Buzz Aldrin to train for the Apollo 11 moon landing. Woven stainless steel with thermal insulation. Also in this vault, you can find a lunar sample. The Astrovan took fully suited Apollo astronauts approximately 9 miles from the manned spacecraft operations building to the launch pad for their missions. A total of 19 missions used this Astrovan. Look at this. Look how cool. They have their own little individual seats, wide seats to fit the suits, and they just ride in this little van over to where they get in the rocket. So cool. Astronaut van. All right, it was a beautiful day here at Kennedy Space Center, and I'm super excited that I got to share it. It's time to head home though, because it's 5 o'clock and they are closing. But we had about 6 hours here, and it was so relaxing. We just kind of went with the flow. We were able to do the bus tour and the Planet Play. It was a nice last day here at the Kennedy Space Center. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.